Hi guys, this is Brownie from Manhattan, New York. So today is Tuesday, November 4th, and today's election day. So I will be voting right before I go to school. I have a class at 7 o'clock. So I'll be leaving my house at probably a little bit after 12, just in case there's a line or something outside. So I'm coming to you guys with the update on the mold after the night shift worker cleaned the mold. That also changed my curtain. I will be decorating. I will be having pumpkins all over my house because it is Thanksgiving. And I am thankful for waking up this morning. I am thankful for my two kids. I am thankful that my son is turning 7 this December. I am thankful for being blessed to have my own apartment. I am thankful for rising above the odds. I am thankful that no matter how I feel, I keep going. I am thankful. I am thankful for my 32 college credits. I am thankful for being established. I am thankful for 23, which I made this August 15th. I am thankful. I am thankful for being single. I am thankful. So, guys, this is the mole update, and I tag you guys to let me know what you're thankful for. I tag each and every one of you. Let me know what you're thankful for. Woo! I am thankful for, and then you continue going. So I tag each and every one of you. So this is the mole update, guys. After she cleaned my bathroom, this is how it looks. You guys heard when I opened the door. So she didn't get everything, but this is the update. It looks much better than it was looking. This is the update. So, and I did change the plastic thingy. I changed it. I'm getting ready for Thanksgiving. So this is how my new body wash looks. This is the new mix, and it is a 24 FL. And this is the bottle that I've been using to fill up when I make my body wash mixes. I've been sampling this body wash, and this is going to be my third day sampling it. And it's Earth Science. I was saying the wrong name, guys. And this is the clarifying facial wash with cucumber extract and hyaluronic acid. It smells like ginger. I was washing my face. I saw I was washing my face with ginger. If you guys watch my videos, you see my hair update. This hairstyle, I tie it down before I go to sleep. So, yeah, that's the difference. This is one of my new towels that I purchased. I was supposed to do a haul in it, but I didn't, and I used it. But this is my new towel that I purchased, and this one is from Threshold. So this one's from Threshold. It's really, really thick, guys. You see this? It's really, really thick. It has a nice, simple design, which I love, but it doesn't take away from it. It's very beautiful. It's affordable. I believe it's $6.99. So it's very affordable. And they have another one. And this is the bath. This is the bath towel. The bath sheet is bigger and it's $9.99. So if you want something bigger than that, I just want something that's going to cover me. So guys, I am very grateful. I have to look up my lease. See, the lease I have now is the lease I get. You get yearly, a new lease for every year that you're in your apartment. Every year that your lease is extended, you get a new lease. Typo. So, I actually was looking through my papers, and I showed you guys a video that I had bought this bin for all this mail. So this is all mail. I still have these bags to put away, and I need another one of these so that I can put those away. These are magazines, so I'm not sure how I want to put them away because sometimes I'm bored and I just want to read something or I want to look back on why I'm thankful. Okay. I could actually, okay. I've been through a lot, guys, in the last year. So I want to show it to you guys. Last year, I lost my parental rights, and I was engaged to a guy. If you guys are on more, follow me on more social media besides YouTube, and you follow me like Google Plus and Facebook and stuff like that, you'll see the pictures I posted, and I was very, very, very miserable. So for 5 years, I I was in foster care, and this is the foster care agency I was in before I aged out. As you guys see, it has my name on it and my date of birth. This is a foster care agency I was in before I aged out, and I basically I was in foster care, and I had my kids taken from me because I was in foster care, and like I just went through a lot. When I had my daughter, they took her away from me. They petitioned the court when I was 6 months pregnant, and I didn't find out about it until after I gave birth. So when I gave birth, I didn't really have nobody there. I was just the only one there. My baby father was there. My daughter's father was there when I was giving birth to my daughter, and he had did something really stupid. His friend told him that he could get money from doing false checks. You guys know false checks were going around for a couple of years, and people were getting the money, but then going to, so he had to go to civil criminal court because of that. But even though it didn't go through, the bank caught it, but he still had to go to civil criminal court. So during everything that happened with my kids, it was a lot. It was a lot. I had this guy represent me for my kids, for in the matters, as you guys can see. The matters, that's my son's name, and that's my daughter's name. And this guy just didn't know what he was doing. He works in family court, but he didn't know what he was doing, and he didn't want me to talk to him and tell him he didn't know what he was doing. He behaved as if he knew what he was doing, and he didn't. He wasn't really a lawyer that had dealt with an innocent party. He more dealt with people that were guilty and blatantly had did something, and at one point in time he actually admitted to me that he was that type of lawyer. He was the type of lawyer that would represent somebody that, they were drinking and they took the test and they was obviously drinking. So this person got a DWI, and they're saying they don't deserve the DWI, but they deserve the DWI because they're drunk, and they got this test that says, for instance, if the limit was 60, they on 85. And one time he admitted to me. So I have this lawyer, and I wouldn't tell anybody that lives in the New York area to use this guy as a lawyer, because he's awful. He's an awful, awful racist, prejudiced man. When I first met him, I put my hand out to shake his hand, and he looked at it like it was garbage. When I asked to speak to him, he would tell me, like, sit down, I'll talk to you later. But he was my judge. He was my lawyer. This is my judge, and this is a very cruel, prejudiced woman as well. Her name is Janine, and she works in family court. You guys see here, family court. And she forced me to have a mental evaluation against my will. She forced me to have a mental evaluation in order to get my kids back. And these are my kids, guys. So I did that. You guys can see I have several letters here from different court dates, and they all were pertaining to when they took my daughter. She didn't even have her birth certificate yet. So we were in court, and they were talking about AKA baby girl. I had never been so humiliated, and so I felt like garbage. During that time, I was engaged, and I was dating this guy, and this is my story. And then what they did was, because dealing with adoption, it comes up with neglect and all these things. I really couldn't talk about it. So what they did was they did something that hurt me, but I really couldn't reveal it and tell nobody that's what I was going through, especially if I wanted a job. Couldn't let nobody know I was losing my kids or whatever the case may be, because to me, I don't believe in a judicial system. I believe in a religious system. And my religion says that somebody could even be a killer, and God is the one that's supposed to address them. So that's what I believe in. I don't believe in any of this. Any of this means nothing to me. So I went there several times. I went to different court dates, and it didn't mean anything to me. As you guys can see, this is letters um from court dates. It would be adjourned, adjourned, adjourned. I went to court. You guys see that's me. That's my address. I went to court for my kids. This is my daughter's father, which is on top, and that's her. And I'm a single mom with my son. My son, they told his father that because he was older than me, if he left me and didn't sign the birth certificate, then they wouldn't take my son from me. So he signed the birth certificate when I first had my son, and we ripped it. Well, they ripped it because they said that I wasn't going to have my son, and they was going to do everything in their power to take my son from me. My son is now 7, and he's basically an orphan because I was the only one he had, and now he has no mom. See, this is different letters. I had to go to the clinic, here you see, to get a mental evaluation in order to get my kids back. But they didn't want me to go to the clinic, and they didn't want me to have the evaluation done. So when I went to the clinic, they assaulted me. And I've been going to court. I have some court. I hope I have one I could show you guys. They assaulted me and they turned it around on me. And then for a long time, they told me I wasn't going to be nothing. I wasn't going to get a job. I wasn't going nowhere. Guys, they lied. I was engaged. This guy told me I wasn't nothing. I wasn't going nowhere. He's the only one that wants me. I'm not pretty. I'm ugly. I'm fat. I need to lose weight. He told me there's so much woman in this country that looks way better than me. I'm American. I was born here. And he's from Dominica, Dominica. So he would tell me all the time that his country women look way better than me. So I'm lucky he chose me, an American woman, because I don't know nothing. And I said to him all the time, I said, if you feel that way, why you don't leave me? I'm not leaving. He tell me he's not leaving. And at the time, I was still going through my court cases. As you see, this is the 3rd of May, 2013. And these things happened to me, and this was the beginning of these things. This is the beginning of these things. This started in 2000 and around 2005 before I got pregnant, and it lasted until 2013. And in 2013, even though I had lost my case with my kids and I lost my rights, that wasn't good enough. They wanted me to lose my roof over my head. I was in college. They would come to the college and tell the college that I had a case against me for neglect. And the judge threw it out for neglect. The judge said I can't be held against neglect because they don't have any proof. So I had an ACS case open on me for 2 years. And I sat and I cried and I prayed and I fasted. Prayer changes things. Prayer changes things. I cried and I fasted, and during that time I was going to school for my GED. I now have my GED. I got my GED December of 2010. 2009, I got my GED. The very year I had my daughter and they took her from me. I continued going to school, and I continued pushing forward. And a lot of times I was in school crying. My face was wet. I was crying. The teacher never said to me, oh, maybe you need a break. She never said that to me. She never said to me, oh, don't come today. Don't come for a week because you're crying and you can't hold up emotionally. She never said that to me. She always said to me, if there's anything that you need to talk to me about, I'm here. And I said to her, what is that I could talk to you about? I don't have words to say what I'm feeling. So what is there can I talk to you about? And through it all. Through it all. I had a lot of people. I went to churches. I began going to churches because I was so hurt and I was just looking for somebody to cradle me because I needed to be held. I needed somebody to hold me because this was too much. And I felt like I was falling and I just kept falling. I needed somebody to hold me. So I end up in a lot of wrong crowds trying to run away from these people. These cruel people here that took my kids from me. And I was running. They didn't even know the ages of my kids. They didn't know why they were doing it. But what I get to understand now, which I have forgotten in the midst of all of this, was that people don't fight against flesh and blood, but they fight against the God that is in you. Because no matter what they did, I held on to my faith and I held on to God. And then with humility, I was receiving benefits for my kids. So with humility, I had to go and tell these people I no longer have my kids. And of course, they don't believe me. They think I just don't want benefits for the kids because I'm entitled to it. Some people think they're going to have to pay back or something. So I had to explain to them my entire situation, how I had lost my kids and my kids, they went up for adoption. And these are people that are like ravenous wolves. They don't have no feeling in their heart for you. When you're telling them, they're like, yeah, I knew she did something. She walk around all pretty. I knew she did something. See, I knew it. There you go. That's what she did. These are people. These are the people that I was interacting with for 4 years. Going through all my struggles and everything. These are the people that I was going through. I had times that I was in this apartment and I didn't have no money to eat and I was hungry, but I still had a court date to be to. I had different dates. I had to be to court. And I get to court and he's asking me why I'm late. Maybe because I went to sleep on a hungry stomach. Because I was saving up this money. They told me, furnish the kids' room, put all these stuff in the kids' room. And I had my kids young. So I didn't have an abundance of money to take care of kids and buy all these things. Then they started telling me how the average parent can buy a $400 stroller for their kid. And my kids is only in Gray Coast strollers. That's not good enough. I had saved up all my money. Even my family, they turned against me. And they sat with them and things that they hadn't done for me, but things that I wasn't raised with, luxuries that I didn't get, that these people said that I was supposed to give to my kids. They sat and said, yes, I'm supposed to give these luxuries to my kids as well, even though I didn't get it and I didn't have it. So I myself wanted to give these luxuries to my kids because I didn't have it. But I was very hurt. This man is a very cruel man. If you guys see this man and he tells you his name, avoid him. And this judge right here, she's a cruel woman. This lady is a cruel woman. If you see her, avoid her by all means. If she's your friend, whatever, avoid her. I was molested when I was living with my mom by my mom's boyfriend at the time. And at the time that it happened, it was in the 1990s. This wasn't something that you talk about. Stuff like this that happened, you would keep it in your family and nobody talks about this. So even though it had happened and people that were older than me understood that it was happening, they didn't explain to me that it was happening. They didn't tell me what's wrong. They didn't tell me I shouldn't let people touch me there. They just allowed it to happen. And they figure, well, every kid goes through it and this is normal. And every kid has something sick happen to them in their family. And this is normal and this could happen. And this could continue. I'm here telling you guys, whoever's watching my video, if some guy touches you in down here, up here, back there, you should tell an adult. Even touch your leg and you feel uncomfortable, you should tell an adult. And if that adult doesn't do nothing, tell another adult. I got spanked. My guidance counselor convinced me to go home and tell my mom what happened, and then she told me to come back and talk to her. I told my mom what happened, and I got spanked. She told me to sit down on the couch, and she spanked me. And my sister, which is older than me, she was watching, but she didn't want to believe that my mom had spanked me for that. She wanted to believe that my mom was spanking me for something. So my mom had made up that she was spanking me for something I had did during the week, which wasn't true. She was spanking me because I came out and told her that I was molested. So sometimes people ask me on YouTube, how is your relationship with your mom? She's not a person to me. She doesn't exist to me. She just doesn't exist to me. How could you sit back and watch this stuff happen to me? And then when I ended up in foster care because of that, they tried to make it seem like it was me and I had done something wrong. A 9-year-old to 11-year-old doesn't do something wrong to make a man molest them. But there wasn't enough people telling me that. So for years, while I was in foster care, I blamed myself and I said I had done something wrong. When I went to court and I was like, are you guys freaking kidding me? What are you taking my kids from? I wasn't at home being molested. No, ACS didn't come knocking on my mom's door. You know when ACS came? When they realized the teacher had given my mom an ultimatum. And my mom said, who the hell are you? I'm a nurse. And I got my career. And I have my own house. And you guys don't have no house. Where do you guys live? You guys ain't going to tell me what I should do with my kid, or when I should do it, or how I should do it. And that was it. They had to listen because a lot of these people were still in school. You know, college students are the ones that are making differences because during the time we're in school and we're learning, we want to make a difference and we want to change. But by the time we get our career, we start living in this corrupt system, which we have to follow because we need to continue with our career. But I choose to be the adversity. I choose to be the difference. I choose to be the person that says, yes, that's wrong. And nobody's supposed to touch you there. I have many kids I talk to. I don't believe in a system, so I'm not going to get up and pick up the phone and call ACS on anybody. But I believe that in prayer, that is going to change because after I got molested, they were telling my mom that they called her on the phone before ACS came to the house to do an interview. And back then, stuff wasn't even done the right way. The interviews weren't held in the correct manner. I mean, you're supposed to take a kid someplace, sit them down in the secluded, not go to the